The 5 red lights are out, and away we go here in Monza! Round 8 of the 2024 BF4 Championship is underway as we come down the front stretch for the first time today. Headed into the first chicane for the first time today. To the inside goes Maki Kitagawa. Started from second. Fabio Brizza makes a little bit of contact with the rear end of the car, trying to slot into the second spot. Third is Chris Brizza. Shoko Makinahara already making moves up through the pack. Number 1 machine in second, fell back to second after that last restart. Oh, and we got one around behind a couple of cars that look like Makinahara and Wyman Malinovic in the 16 machine with damage on the left front. So obviously there's been some contact, and we may have just seen our first full course caution, and yes, there it is. Full course caution is out on lap 1 here at Monza. And what a disastrous start to the race for our points leader. Shoko Makinahara gets off the start well, passes through the middle of Mason Drown and Colin Crown, gets up to about the 16th, 17th position. See Wyman Malinovic ahead of her. She goes around the outside, sends it in deep. Malinovic sends it in deeper. 2 leaders just ahead, a whole gaggle of cars. It's surprising that there wasn't an accident earlier. And Makinahara's by, I believe, at least. Oh, it just wasn't clear. Oh, and flips over. So Makinahara might be out. I believe she is. You can see the damage on the left side. And, wow. Second week or third week in a row we've had a car upside down. Take another look. This is on board with the 16 of Wyman Malinovic. Sends it in. Gasses it up. Makes it through the first chicane cleanly. Doesn't get the drive off that he wanted. And you're going to see Shoko Makinahara around his outside here. Just there. The Red Bull Junior Team car just wasn't clear, cuts down, and that immediately breaks the left front suspension on Malinovic's car and flips the number 7 over. The thing about this series, which you mentioned earlier, is that wheel-to-wheel contact is so common, and oftentimes this is the result. So it's almost like we've been desensitized to flips almost in the series at this point. But it's still a little surprising when you see an accident like this where the cars kind of came back across the racetrack and it looked like it was just a routine spin between 2 drivers, but the number 7 machine in fact did roll all the way upside down. Yes, and we were wondering what the problem with the 7 was, because it looked like she was going to be okay, but the right front suspension as well as the left front suspension were both damaged beyond repair, let's say, in the previous accident. So the number 7 machine is down for the count, and that's what happens when you get caught back in the pack behind all those slower vehicles. Things like this tend to happen. Shoko Makinahara and the number 16 of Wyman Malinovic bring out the first caution of the day. We'll be back after these short messages. A couple laps ticked off already. The number 53 machine of Maki Kitagawa still in the first position. But that 72 of Lotus Coughlin right up behind, closing in for the first spot. Cut that deficit in half last time by as they come out of the first chicane down into turn number 3 and turn number 4. 72 dipping the left sides there into the grass just a bit on the outside of that corner. Still about 2 car lengths, closing just a bit now as they head into the second chicane. Turns 6 and 7. 72 tries to cut down the inside, but not enough of a move there. Cleanly through the chicane. And that number 72, very, very quick on track right now. Taking the most inside lines as possible. The 53 leaving just a little bit of a lane, and it is closed up, looking for the inside there. Nothing there yet. 72 still just a little bit behind the number 53. About a car length between them as they head down into the heavy braking zone. The S's. Down onto the back stretch. 53 comes across. Went a little bit wide out of that corner. Trying to block the runs from the number 72 right now. 72 sends it in deep. My goodness, what a send that was. Still not quite enough to make it by the 53 machine. And that number 72 is right there. They'll be side by side likely down the front stretch here. Oh, they almost make contact right there. 72 isn't quite to the right rear of the 53 yet. Cuts back behind the 53. And it'll be a dive into turn number 1 here as they come into the corner. The 72 slots into the first position. Battle for the 7th spot is heating up pretty quickly here. Yutahaya Igarashi continues to remain in the 7th spot, but here comes Giovanni Rubio to the inside. Gaylord Elkgrove to the middle. This is going to be 3 wide down the stretch here. This is not going to end well. There's still 3 wide. What a move by Gaylord Elkgrove. They're bouncing off of each other. They almost made contact right there. I think they did make contact for a second, but Gaylord Elkgrove slots into the 7th position. And as they head into the corner, oh, almost goes off the track, but retains it, and the 7th spot will somehow go to Gaylord Elkgrove at the end of that. Let's go on board with Gaylord. You can see right here the 14 goes a little bit wide through the corner, and the 10 capitalizes, goes to the inside. The 72 sees a move, goes 3 wide through the middle. And then right here he makes a little bit of contact with the front end of the 10 trying to clear. But he does end up clearing into the 7th position. And right here he doesn't want to send it. He doesn't want to take any time off of his run. So he almost goes off the track right there. Catches a little bit of the grass, but no penalty was assessed. That was clean in the eyes of the stewards there. So what a move there by the number 72 machine. We'd like to remind you that this is what was under review. Remember that they deemed this non-avoidable contact. 3 wide using every inch of the track that it gives you. And as they head into the corner here, the 72 still with a good arc into the corner. Stuck in the middle. 14 starts sliding up just a bit, and the 72 has to correct and advance his position. The 10 is coming across, and right there you can see the contact with the front wing of the 10 car. But once again, they deemed that non-avoidable contact, so there was no penalty assessed to the 72 machine for that contact. And I think that is the right call, because the 10 more or less was the one who was coming across. Gaylord Elkgrove with one of the fastest cars today. He's already caught up to the driver in the 6th spot, Fabio Brizza, in the number 1 machine, and cuts to the inside here, headed down the front stretch. They are going to be side by side. Oh, and the 1 trying to cut across to stifle the momentum of the 72, but it's just not going to work. That 72 slots into the 6th spot and down into the braking zone. 72 locks up just a little bit of contact there between the two. But the 72 keeps on going, and no damage to the number 1 machine. One more look at the move down the front stretch here. At this point, the 72 is to the inside of the 1. Oh, they almost made contact right there. Fabio backs off, but then headed into the corner here. This is why he had the 2-second time penalty. 72 locks up the brakes, and the 1 had a line already, and just makes contact with the rear end of the 72 there. I think that's a good call once again by the stewards. As we're looking at down the front stretch, and we got a crash Hard into the wall there. That's Damon Vart, who was running in the 13th position when that crash occurred. And Colin Crown, who was running in 19th. Down for the count. Take another look from that same angle. Ooh, the 14 just spins. 69 gets into the outside wall. That takes him out. Yusuke Tomazaki missed that wreck. Good avoidance by him. And this Colin Crown machine running in the 19th spot, one lap down. And I'm wondering if that was a tire blowout, because he was out on track for quite a long time. Remember, about everyone has gone through their pit cycles, except for Colin Crown and Mason Drown, I believe, are the two cars that didn't. And that may have been stress on the tire. Coming down the front stretch here. Number 14 getting passed by the 13th spot car, Damon Vart. And it's hard to see from that angle. Oh yeah, the wheel's already off. So that most likely a blown tire from the previous pit cycle, like we said. Yes, the tire is down. Oh my goodness. And into the wall goes the 69. So that had already broken his car. The car was up into the air. The 14 spinning. Kind of spins back across the racetrack into the path. Oh, and the Yusuke Tomazaki car, who was behind this when it happened in the 14th spot, actually ran over some debris there, so hopefully that didn't affect his car too badly. And the 14 comes to a grinding halt. You'll be able to see it from this angle. Watch the right rear tire on the 14. Right there. Tire blows out viciously. Spins the car around. And then the 69, with absolutely nowhere to go, catches the front end of the 14. It goes hard into the inside wall and then hard into the outside wall. On board with Damon Vart here. Yeah, tire blows out and just wrong place, wrong time. Hard into the inside wall and just already knows that the car is done for and lets it roll into the outside wall. Hefty contact there for the 69 machine. Looks like Sebastien Micheli and Tommy Schell Jr. will come out once again in the 5th and 6th position. This is a fantastic strategy call once again by Tommy Schell Jr. as he's going to go for a pass on Sebastien Micheli into turn number 1. Here he goes to the outside. What a move! Will it stick? No. And out of the corner there it does. Tommy Schell Jr. slots into the 5th spot around the outside of Sebastien Micheli. Gaylord Elkgrove not too far behind this. Here's another look at the past from Tommy Schell Jr.'s perspective. He's coming out of the pits. He's not out of the lane yet. And right when it comes right there, he goes to the outside. What a move. Lets the 8 by, knows he's going to overcook it. Goes to the inside and sets sail for the 5th position. But Gaylord Elkgrove is closing in quickly. We'll just have to see how quick he gets there. The battle for the 6th spot. And there it is. You see behind, just behind, pulling to the inside is Gaylord Elkgrove. Passes for the 6th position. Moving past Sebastien Micheli, who is off. Who off strategy was in the 6th position previously, now slots into the 7th position. And Gaylord Elkgrove, once again, we talked about him being one of the fastest cars on track by far. Now closing into the back end of Tommy Schell Jr. in the Carlin car. Let's see if he can get the pass done. Looks to the outside, nothing there yet. And he goes to the inside down the front stretch. Schell looking to close off that move. But no matter, Elkgrove will slide into the 5th spot, and now Fabio Barizza challenging for the 6th spot on Sebastien Micheli. This was on board the number 2 machine, Michel Pasternak, going around the right-hander. Oh, dips the lefts into the grass, and the car goes around. Oh my goodness, what a save that was. Continues on through the corner. If she had any damage, it would most likely be from that curb. But man, oh man, what a save that was. Just dipping the left sides into the grass. And at this point, she's trying to hold on to the car. Starts going into a tank slapper. And right here is probably the closest that she's going to get to hitting something. Oh my goodness, that was close. Does a full 360 flat spin. And continues on. Only lost a single spot from that whole ordeal. Incredible stuff from Michelle Pasternak. She is a proven winner in this series. So not surprising that she would pull something like that off, but man, oh man, what a move that was. And it is perfect and fitting that with just one lap left, the 53 machine of Maki Kitagawa has caught the back of Lotus Coughlin. Kitagawa looking for her second win on the year, second win for Team Itasha. To the inside she goes. Not enough of a move there. Out of the final corner and onto the front stretch here. To the inside looks Maki Kitagawa. One lap remains here at Monza. To the inside goes the 53. Pinching off that move is the 72. Still blocking down the front stretch. Down into corner number 1. The 53 of Maki Kitagawa still just a little bit behind. It's within a car length. And Kitagawa has been so consistently fast over this past run. Just right to the rear end of Makinahara. Cuts to the inside. Still not quite a move there yet. I'm surprised that the 53 hasn't tried to pounce. Here she comes to the inside. Oh, a bit of a lockup there from the 53. Noticed that the move wasn't going to entirely work out and backed out. Smart decision there from the 53. Coming out of the corner. Oh my goodness, into the outside. Will this be the move? They're side by side. Oh, they almost touch. Oh my goodness, so close. As they head under the bridge. Down into the braking zone. Kitagawa has actually cleared into the first position, gapping by about 3 car lengths as they head down into the final section of corners. But Maki Kitagawa didn't get a good exit. Down the stretch. A big toe from the 72 as she heads to the inside. A block from the 53. Oh my goodness, they make contact again. Into the braking zone. Another lockup from the 53. Lotus Coughlin out front. It'll be one final chance for the 53 as they come out of the final corner. Down the front stretch, side by side. And to the line. They're close, they're touching, they make contact. And Lotus Coughlin, I believe, is going to take it by a nose. Second photo finish in a row. Unbelievable from Lotus Coughlin. This will be the onboard shot from Lotus Coughlin. Looks to the outside. Oh, there's the bit of contact between the two on the final lap. No penalties were assessed. The 53 tries to send it in as deep as physically possible. That causes the 72 to go wide. And not the greatest run out of the final corner. Lets the 53 get to the inside. I'm guessing the spot is telling her inside, inside, inside cut. And oh, they just make contact right there up on 2 wheels for Shoko Makinahara.